Good morning, fellow traders. It's Black Coffee Trader. Happy Monday morning. It is June the 16th. Time to dive into the daily trade plan today. So it is rollover week. I just rolled over all of my contracts this morning, and so that's always a good time for me to just go back, clear the charts, rechart things, which is what I did this morning. It takes a lot of time, but starting on the daily chart, looking at the big levels, and then narrowing it down from there on the 4-hour down to the hourly chart and down to the 5-minute, and that's what I've done, and that's how I came up with the levels that I've got here this morning. As far as the NASDAQ and ES, I think things are pretty clear on what we're looking for. If you look at this, this is on the 60-minute, but on the NASDAQ, we're starting to see, if I can draw this, we're starting to see a little stair step. You've got this little block, you've got this block. And so that could be a little bit of a sign that we're looking at a stair step higher here. Again, I don't know that that's a fact, but you've got this zone, if you will, turning into this zone, with the transition point being on June 3rd, which was about 2 weeks ago. And so one of the things that we've noticed, or that I've noticed, is that we have really been channel driven over the last month or so. That has definitely been a very difficult trading market when you're in that channel. But I think understanding this, and so what that does is it tells you, look, if we fall below these areas, we're probably going back down, or we're building a head and shoulders, which is probably signifying a downtrend move potentially. As of right now, if we stay above this block, we're probably going to see further upside. And so this morning, that's kind of the picture that I've got. Matter of fact, I'm just going to change this so that we can, I'm just going to leave this on my charts for the time being. So bear with me for a second while I make an adjustment here. And let's change this to transparent, change the outline to gold, and we'll keep that on our charts. So now we can also take a look at where the levels are that we're looking to play off of today. Let me just expand this a little bit. So today what I'm looking for with the blue line here is the low of day from Friday. And this green line is a pretty significant level sitting right around the 21,933s, 21,935s. And I think right now price is holding above that. If we stay above that level, we look for longs to the upside. And big picture, if we drop down below this little box, let me just... Yeah, you know what? I'm going to leave it right where it's at right at these highs around the 21,780s. If we fall below the daily 20, this purple dotted line is the daily 20 moving average. If we fall below that, we're going to fall below this kind of pivot area. And at that point, we'll be looking for downside. So big picture this morning, looking for upside above here, looking for downside below here. That does not mean that I'm not going to trade anything else. I definitely and certainly will trade other things if something pops up that I like. The thing that I'm noticing, though, is on these rollover weeks, typically what I want to do today is be very open-minded and be very open-minded for intraday things to develop, other levels to develop. Obviously, like I said, I cleared everything out, recharted all the levels, and so it's almost like you have a brand new chart, which in a sense you kind of do. I am in a trade on evals, by the way. That's why you hear that. If we do get a drop below this level, that definitely could be a short. You're shorting into the low of day from yesterday, or from Friday, I should say. You're also shorting into the daily 20, but that definitely is an obvious short if we do get that this morning. Right now, things look like we're on the upside move, and we're getting into some of this chop, so that's a caution. Obviously that I'm not as likely to take trades up into here. I'd really want us to break out for really big moves, but if we get a pullback, that could be a nice long. But again, these are the levels that I see. Again, starting with the daily chart, moving to the 4-hour, moving to the hourly, moving to the 5-minute, and you get these refined levels. And obviously today, the big picture is I'm just going to take what the day gives me, and if we get reactions at these levels, we will take trades accordingly. But big picture, we're looking at this stair-step approach on the NASDAQ. Right now, things are looking fairly bullish. ES. somewhat similar. We do have the daily moving average of 20 sitting here. We've got the daily 200 sitting down here below price. That has definitely crossed. So there's a lot. The moving averages, I believe all of them are sitting below price this morning. Yep, it's the 50, 100, 200, and the 20. You've got it similarly to what we have on the NASDAQ. You've got this area. I've kind of got a range here. Matter of fact, I'm not going to change it now, but I should just kind of color this entire thing in green. You really have from the 60.58s into the 60.50s. I think anything below there, we're looking for shorts down into the lows from Friday, down into these moving averages, and anything above there, we're looking for longs to the upside. Pretty clean, pretty simple. Again, you're kind of trading into this noise. That little block stair step that I drew on the NASDAQ is not quite as apparent on the ES. Not nearly as apparent, so I'm not even going to try to go there. But I think the levels there, you've got this reaction area from back here on May 29th, and then you can really clearly see how we've fairly well held above this 60, 50, 60, 58 area. So we're looking for longs above then, looking for shorts below that. And again, if other things, if other trades open up around these levels, we will definitely take that, being careful about the daily 20 moving average and the daily 200. On the Dow Jones, not as clean. Interesting, we have the daily 100, which is the yellow dotted line, and the daily 20, the purple dotted line, sitting pretty much right on top of each other around the 42,800s. So that is a very interesting spot, and probably it's why I drew the main arrows. Right now, price is obviously sitting right below that. I am probably going to take trades off of that if something occurs, because those two are right together, basically at price, or at price. You've got the highs coming in here on Friday, and that's kind of creating a bit of a pivot there. You've also got this very clear area around the 43,060s, and then you've got this big ceiling sitting around the 45,283s. The daily 200 moving average is sitting right here, and that really seems to be a suppressor on the Dow Jones to price going higher. So again, really looking for, hey, what's this market give us today? I'm not too aggressive on the Dow Jones today. I really feel a lot stronger about the NASDAQ and the ES markets. I think that's very clean, what we're looking for, but we'll keep our eyes open on the Dow Jones if something develops. And again, you've got these two big moving averages sitting right here at a very, very key area as well. I mean, once these moving averages move out of here, I'm probably going to chart a level right around the 42,780s. Definitely seems to be an interesting spot. So that's that. Russell, on the Russell, we still have this big area down here below. And again, interestingly enough, look at how the Dow Jones and the Russell, the 20 and the 100 moving average are sitting pretty much smack dab on top of each other. On the Russell, we're sitting at the 21, 140, 113s. So again, if we get a pullback to that area, that's definitely a spot we're looking for longs. If we get below this low, with all of these lows coming in, here you have support, turn to resistance, back to support. If we flip that, obviously that's a clear short to the downside. And anything between here, we're just going to take it very much eyes wide open. If we get a setup, we'll obviously take it. And so that's the big picture. I think the Dow Jones and the Russell definitely are more, seem to be going more sideways right now. And again, the NASDAQ looks a little bit stronger this morning, looks pretty clear. So we're obviously going to focus a lot of our efforts around the NAS and possibly the ES. If something develops on the Russell that I really like, we'll look to take it. And the same thing for the Dow Jones. So that's the goal for today, the story for this morning. We're going to dive in, try to have a good, strong Monday to start this week off, and we'll go from there. So best of luck to you today. Have a good trading day, and take care. Until next time, so long.